Hello, everybody, and welcome on your mat. This class is about crow pose, but more than crow pose is about the preparation for crow. And the area of the body that we are going to focus on to prepare for crow are our hips. So expect some work there. And of course, we are also going to work with the core and into the shoulders. So a little bit of all the elements that we need to be, ready and prepared to eventually being able to reach crow pose, but more focus into the hips. This is why you will need a strap or something that looks like a strap, like a belt or a rolled towel, quite long, and a block, something that is thick and that you can stand on without break it. Okay, so we start lying on the back. Make sure you have the strap nearby one of your hands and start in Shavasana. Feel free to move your body a little bit, shaking your legs, shaking your arms, your chest from side to side. Move the shoulders away from the ears, making sure that the shoulder blades are really well grounded into the mat. Palms of your hands facing up so you can relax the shoulders completely. Just let's take a moment to ground and focus and to arrive fully present. So close the eyes, relax your jaw, your lips, your tongue. Take a deeper, gentle exhalation out through your lips. Land with the back of your body into the mat. Feel that you can arrive, that your presence moves even more deeper into this moment. Your focus is sharp. You start to notice the sensations and feelings into the body in a way that you're preparing the body for the practice. And then by grounding into the present moment, you create the right mindset to stay focused and present. Whenever you're ready, start to create Ujjayi breath, lengthening the inhalations and the exhalations, in and out through the nose. Draw your navel in towards the spine. You start to activate the body. And start to gently move your legs and feet, pointing your feet forward and then flexing them as you close your legs together. Move your hands and arms as you lift your arms all the way up over the head into the mat. You can interlace your fingers, pressing your palms back, and then start to really lengthen the sides of the chest as you point your feet forward. Moving slowly from side to side. With the next exhalation, release it. Bring your knees into your chest. Give your knees a full hug. Maybe a couple of circles from side to side here as well. And then grab the strap with one hand. If your eyes are still closed, you can open them. And straighten your left leg into the mat and place the strap underneath your right ball of the foot, so at the base of your toes. Lower your hands down into the strap in a way that your elbows can be on the mat. And then make sure your back is nice and long. The lower back is into the mat. Flex your left foot. Ground your left leg into the mat. And then straighten the right leg up. The right hip is into its socket. And breathe fully. Allow the sensations to come in. Maybe you can bring the foot slightly closer to the head. If you need, you can micro bend the leg, obviously. Mind that is just the beginning of the practice. And then grab the strap with your right hand. Place your left hand into your left hip. So the left hip doesn't move off the mat. And then slowly lower your right leg to the side. Don't collapse with the leg. Hold it up if it stays up. Now try to reach even higher in the direction of your right shoulder with your right foot. Keep your left leg very engaged. The foot is flexed. One more breath here. And then slowly, as you inhale, come back all the way up. And bend the knee into the chest. Release the strap. Place your right leg down into the mat, flexing the foot and change side. Place the strap underneath your left foot to the ball of the foot. Both hands into the strap, the elbows into the mat, the shoulders away from the ears. The hips are squared. The left foot is flexed, but also the right one. Breathe fully. Micro bend the knee if you need so. Good. And then grab the strap with your left hand. Place your right hand into your right hip. Don't move the hip from there. Slowly lower your left leg towards the floor. Open it to the side. Keep a grounding with your right leg. Keep it very engaged. Both shoulders down. Your core stays engaged. And then slowly as you inhale, come back all the way up with the strap and with the leg. Release the strap. Now place it down on the floor. Straighten your left leg into the mat. Point your feet forward. Reach the arms overhead into the mat. Lengthen the back, your body as much as possible. Then with the next exhalation, bring the knees into the chest and lift your head. And then inhale, extend, get taller into the mat. And again, one more time as you exhale, knees into the chest, hug them in, lift your head. And then inhale, come back down. This time, slowly bend your knees, place your feet into the mat. Move your arms to the side of the body. Find your way to arrive to the right side and then press with your hands to arrive all the way up. And place the soles of the feet together. Your knees are open, Baddha Konasana. Place your hands on your ankles. It's up to you if you want to keep your feet very close to the groin or slightly more forward. Both options are fine in this case. So lengthen your back. Inhale, shoulders down and back. And exhale, fold forward. Be gentle is just the beginning. So if you need to move gently from side to side, please do so. Try to lengthen your lower back. Make sure your belly is active and in. And then as you inhale, lift your chest, come back up and close your knees together. Send your feet to the back of the mat and find your way to downward facing dog on your hands and feet. Lift your hips up. Start to move the body freely, moving your hips from side to side, bending the knee, pedal them, press your hands firmly into the mat. Start to ground the palms of your hands, spread your fingers wide. There's no tension into the neck. And move also your head from side to side, back and forward. Send your seat bones as high as possible. Maybe to do so, you want to bend or micro bend your knees. That's also fine. And with the next exhalation, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Keep your feet hip width apart. Take a moment to fold forward. Take your hands down to the mat or where they arrive. Your knees can be bent. Just swing your chest gently from side to side. Your ujjayi breath is still present. Your navel is still in. And then arrive with a long back. Close your legs and feet together. Inhale here halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Slowly as you inhale, lift your chest and reach the arms all the way up. And as you exhale, place your hands in front of the heart center. Hug everything towards your center. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. As you exhale, fold forward from your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, long back. As you exhale, step your right foot back, right knee down, low lunge. Inhale, lift your chest and arms. As you exhale, place your hands down, step your left foot back. Inhale, shift forward to the top of your toes. Exhale, lower to chaturanga. Cobra or upward facing dog as you wish. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Lift the right leg back and up. Flex the foot. Keep your hips squared. Step the foot forward to the right thumb. Low lunge. Left knee down. Inhale. Lift your chest and arms up, looking up. Exhale, place your hands down, step your left foot forward and fold. Inhale, rise, lift your chest and arms up. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Other side, inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, long back, inhale. Exhale, step your left foot back, left knee down, low lunge. Inhale, chest and arms reach up. Exhale, hands down, step your right foot back in plank. Inhale, shift forward to the top of your toes. Exhale, lower chaturanga, bend the elbows, maybe drop the knees. Upper facing dog or cobra, inhale, strong legs. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Left leg reaches up, flex the foot. Step the foot forward, low lunge. Right knee down, inhale, chest and arms up. Exhale, hands down, step your right foot forward and fold. Inhale, reaching up, lift your chest and arms. And exhale, hands in front of the heart. Take a couple of breaths here, lengthening into the spine, grounding into the feet, keeping your heart center open. And then Utkatasana. Close, make sure the feet together, and then bend your knees, reach the arms up. Look down, you want to see your toes. Place your hands in front of the heart center. As you exhale, sit lower. Squeeze your legs. With the next exhalation, sit all the way down, arriving into Navasana, both pose. Lift your feet up. Let's start with the knees bent. Place your hands underneath your knees and send your sternum more forward, shoulders down. Breathe fully, relax your face muscles. Hands in front of the heart center. As you exhale, move into a low boat. Look at your toes, straighten your legs, go lower. Inhale back into high boat, knees towards the chest. Exhale low. Inhale high. Exhale low. Inhale high. Cross your ankles. Step your hands to the top of the mat. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, flex the foot. Bend the knee, hip over hip, send the knee higher towards the ceiling. Make sure your shoulders are still squared. Press both hands down firmly. Straighten your right leg, square off your hips. As you exhale, step your right foot forward to the right thumb. Warrior one, back heel planted down. As you inhale, lift your chest and arms. As you exhale, sink deeper into the hips. Inhale, reach higher with the heart center. Exhale, hands down, foot back, chaturanga vinyasa or downward facing dog. Lift the left leg back and up, flexing the foot. Bend the knee, hip over hip, send the knee higher towards the ceiling. Again, hands pressing the mat away. Enter into the hip. Straighten the legs, square off your hips. Exhale, step your left foot forward to the left thumb. Warrior one. Ground the back heel, and then inhale, lift the chest and arms. From the hips to heels, really root down. As you inhale from your navel end to your fingertips, reach higher, create more space. Exhale, hands down, foot back, chaturanga vinyasa or downward facing dog. Take a full inhalation into the nose. A deep exhalation out through your mouth. Bring the ujjayi breath back present. Keep pressing the mat away with your hands. Lift the right leg back and up, always with the foot flexed. Step the foot forward to the right thumb into low lunge. Back knee into the mat. Inhale, lift your chest and arms. As you exhale, place your hands down. Lengthen your back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, straighten the front leg and flex the foot. Ardha Numanasana. Step your hands back. Fold forward with your chest. Keep your shoulders back and up, your back long, your front foot flexed. With the next inhale, lift your chest slightly higher. As you exhale, bend the front knee. Keep your hands into the mat, tuck your left toes, lift the left knee off the mat. Then ground your left hand into the mat, into the center of the mat, and lift your right arm up into a twist. Make sure your back leg is very strong. Look down for a moment and check that your left shoulder is back into its socket. And then move your right shoulder back as well. Twist from your rib cage, really using the exhalation. Now keep the twist. Lower your left knee into the mat. Pivot to that knee, send the foot behind you as you move your right leg back. grounding your right foot into the back of the mat. Press your hips even higher here. Shoulders are moving back away from the ears. So keep your core engaged, keep pressing your hips forward, your left hand firmly into the mat, your right foot into the mat, and then start to lift your left knee off the mat to arriving side plank, both legs together. Squeeze them together. Look down slowly as you exhale, arrive in plank pose. Look in between your hands. Lower your forearms into the mat for forearm plank pose. Keep looking down, press your heels back, engage your legs as well. And then slowly close your legs together and move to the outer edge of your left foot, lifting your right arm up. So forearm side plank. Press your hips higher if you need more stability, look down. Come back into forearm plank pose. Both forearms down, elbows under the shoulders. One more breath. And then drop your knees down. Inhale, arrive into all fours on your hands and knees. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. 3 long deep breaths. Down dog. You can even take child's pose if this is what your body requires now. And lift your left leg back and up. Flex the foot. Step the foot forward to the left thumb. Low lunge. Right knee down. Inhale, lift your chest and arms. Exhale, drop your hands down. Inhale, lengthen your back, look forward. As you exhale, straighten the front leg and flex the foot. Step your hands back. Fold forward into Ardha Numanasana. Drop your head and collapse with the shoulders. Keep them back. Use each and every exhalation to go slightly deeper, both into your physical practice, but also into your focus. With the next inhale, lift your chest slightly higher. Exhale, bend the front knee. Ground your hands into the mat. Tuck your right toes under, lift the right knee off the mat. Press the right heel back. And then ground your right hand into the mat. Lift your left arm up. Both shoulders back, both feet pressing firmly into the mat. And then using the exhalations to twist even more from the rib cage. Look down to the right hand, drop your right knee to the mat. Pivot to that knee, moving your right foot behind you so that you have the space to move your left leg back. Grounding the sole of the foot into the mat, lifting your left arm up if it's not there anymore. Shoulders back. Press your hips forward to the long edge of the mat. Look down for more stability. Ground everything into the mat. Core is engaged. When you're ready, lift your right knee off the mat. Straighten the leg and place your right foot under the left. Into side plank, Vashisthasana. Hug everything towards the center. Look down, arriving to plank pose with the shoulders on top of the wrist, feet hip width apart. Forearm plank pose. Move your forearms into the mat with the elbows under the shoulders. Look down, press your heels back. Legs are strong, core very engaged. Forearm side plank. Close your feet together. Right to the other edge of your right foot as you slowly start to lift your left arm up. Press your hips up. Shoulders into their sockets with your shoulder blades down the back. Look down, place your left forearm into the mat. Again, forearm plank. And then drop your knees down. Slowly arrive into all fours. Keep your shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Child's pose as well, as said before, might be also an option. Check in with your Ujjayi breath. Keep it steady. With the next inhale, lift your right leg back and up, flex the foot. As you exhale, bend the knee, send the knee to your forehead, rounding the back. Leg up and back, inhale. As you exhale, step the foot forward to the right thumb, crescent lunge. Back heel lifted, reach the arms up. Back leg is very strong. Don't collapse with your hips, but hug them to the center. Belly very in. Look forward, something that doesn't move. With the next inhale, balance on your right leg for warrior three. With the arms alongside of the body, palms facing down. Lift your left leg up, flex that left foot, hips squared. So maybe to do so, bend or micro bend the standing leg. Keep your chest engaged and up. With the next inhale, lift your chest, bring your left knee to the chest. Hug it with both hands. Stand even taller, get higher all the way up to the crown of the head. Place your right hand on your waist with your left peace fingers. Grab your left big toe. Align your shoulders and hips. When you're ready, straighten the leg in front of you, partially or fully. Utthita Ashta Padangusthasana. Maybe lift the leg slightly higher. Then move the eyes from that point. Start to open the leg to the side. Exactly what we did on the mat when we started our practice with a strap. Maybe the knee will be bent. That's also fine. Slowly come back with the leg forward. Bend the knee into the chest, releasing the foot, reaching the arms up. As you exhale, crescent lunge, step your left foot back, bend the front knee. And open into warrior two. The front knee doesn't drop inward, control it, press it more backward. And then straighten the front leg, tilt your hips back, Utthita Trikonasana. Send your right hand down into the mat, maybe over the block, and lift your left arm up. Shoulders back. Look down if you have issues with the neck, otherwise look up. And bend slowly your right knee. With the next inhale, come back into warrior two. Extend again the front knee, rotate your right foot towards the left. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. Drop your hands down. Fold from the hips, crown of the head goes towards the mat. Send your hips very high, your shoulders back and down. Release any tension from the neck. With the next inhale, lift your chest halfway up. As you exhale, bend your left knee into Skandasana. Drive all the way down if it's possible. Hands in front of the heart center or keep them into the mat. Lengthen the sides of the chest. Press your left knee back. Don't let it drop inward. Hands into the mat. With the next inhale, lift your hips up, come back to the center. As you exhale, walk in Skandasana on the other side, bending your right knee, hands in front of the heart. Same thing, your chest is long, your core is engaged. Press your right knee backward. Step your hands to the top of the mat. Rotate your feet to the top of the mat, hips squared, low lunge. Ground your hands, three-legged dog with your right leg back and up. As you exhale, bend the knee. Send the knee to your left elbow, cross it. And then kick the leg out, ground both feet into the mat, falling star on your right hand. Lift your left arm up. Press your hips as higher as possible by pressing your feet down. And slowly lower your hips into the mat. Look in between your legs, flex your feet. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe on your forearms, maybe straighten your legs, all arms, sorry, all the way there. Forehead down. Whatever you arrive is fine. Stay connected to the body and the sensations into the body. Good. With the next inhale, ground your hands, lift your chest. You're moving back into falling star. Point your feet. Step your right hand back to the top of the mat. And with the next inhale, lift your hips up. Left arm up. And slowly hand down. Downward facing dog, hips up and back. Long, deep breath. Nice. Lift your left leg back and up, flex the foot. As you exhale, bend the knee, send the knee to your forehead, rounding the back. Leg up and back, inhale. As you exhale, step the foot forward, crescent lunge, back heel lifted, reach the arms up, hands overhead. Lengthen the sides of the chest as much as possible, keep your shoulders down. Activate the arms, spread your fingers, look forward, drishti gaze. When you're ready, balance on your left leg. Warrior 3, arms alongside of the body, lift your right leg up. Think about pressing the mat away with your hands, even if you're floating, and lift your chest like into upward facing dog. Flex the upper foot, press the heel back. Inhale, lift your chest, bring your right knee to chest, and hug it with both hands. Upper foot flexed, stand tall, really tall. Left hand on your waist, right peace fingers into the right big toe. Stand even taller. Straighten your legs forward, partially or fully, Utthita Ashta. Shoulders back. And slowly, don't move your gaze. Open the leg to the right side. Keep the hips hugged towards the center. Think about standing even taller. Everything is engaged. And slowly come back with the leg forward. Release the hand. Reach the arms up, knee into the chest, shoot your right foot back, crescent lunge, back heel lifted, inhale. As you exhale, warrior two. Ground the outer edge of the back foot into the mat. Front knee over the ankle. Trikonasana, straighten the front leg, tilt your hips back, and then move your left hand down, maybe over the block if you need. Set your right arm on top of the left. If you notice that your chest is too much forward, think about placing your back into a wall behind you. Keep the sides of the chest engaged, both legs still engaged. Bend the front knee to lift your chest into warrior two again. And extend the front knee again. Reach the arms up. Rotate your left foot towards the right. Parallel your feet. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. This time with your peace fingers, grab your big toes. And really drop your head. As always, when you're folding, bend your knees to prevent the back to round. Keep it as long as possible. And step your hands under your shoulders. Inhale, halfway lift with your chest. Exhale, bend your right knee, Skandasana. Hands in front of the heart center or hands down. Press your right knee back. Really enter into the hips here. And step your hands into the mat if you need. And then come back to center. Inhale, whoop. And then Skandasana on the other side. Bend your left knee and come back. Hands in front of the heart center. Shoulders back. Breathe fully with Ujjayi. Look to the top of the mat. Step your hands to the top of the mat. Rotate both feet to the top of the mat. Low lunge. Ground your hands. Three-legged dog with your left leg back and up. Flexing the foot. As you exhale, bend your left knee. Send it to your right elbow. Cross it. Ground your right foot into the mat. Kick your left leg out. Ground your left foot and lift your right arm up. Falling star. Press your hips as higher as possible. Shoulders back. Really expand. Create the space into the body. And slowly lower your hips down. Legs open, feet flexed. Sit tall. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold forward, Upavishta. Arrive on your forearms. Straighten your arms. Drop your forehead or stay on your hands. All the possibilities are fine and there for you. With the next inhale, lift your chest, walk your hands back. We are coming back into falling star. Ground your left hand into the mat, point your feet, inhale, core in, hips up. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog, lift your hips up and back. Take a moment, swinging your hips from side to side. Also rounding and arching the back if this is what you need. With the next exhalation, bend your knees slightly more, look forward, and step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Utkatasana, knees bent, arms up, chair pose. Hands in front of the heart center. As you exhale, sit all the way down into Navasana, boat pose. Lift your feet. Maybe at this point, You can try to straighten your legs. Maybe it's not available, then keep your knees bent. Totally fine. And then bend your knees, everybody. Hands in front of the heart center. We're moving again into a low boat. Inhale, high boat. Exhale, low. Inhale high, cross your ankles, step your hands to the top of the mat, step or hop back, chaturanga vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward, walk, step or hop your feet forward, outside of your hands. Malasana. So toes looking out, heels in. Sit low, eventually sit over the prop if your heels cannot arrive to touch the mat. Hands in front of the heart. Your chest is collapsing forward, stay slightly higher. Press gently with your elbows, your inner thighs, so you can feel more openness into the hips. And slowly drop your hands down. Lift your hips halfway up. Step your left foot back. And drop the left knee down. Lizard pose. Maybe slightly rotate your right foot towards the right and come to the other edge of the foot. If it's available, you can arrive with your forearms into the mat. Otherwise, stay on your hands, or if you have the support next to you, you can place your forearms on top of it. Allow yourself to enter into the right hip. Long, deep breath, keeping your focus steady, your mind present. And slowly come back on your hands if you're not there yet. Walk your right foot into the center in between your hands. And then slowly find your way to downward facing dog. Lift your hips up and back. Feel the effect on one hip, the other one. As you exhale, bend your knees slightly more. Look forward, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Utkatasana, knees bent, reach the arms up. Hands in front of the heart center. As you exhale, sit all the way down. Navasana, boat pose. This time, keep the inner edges of the feet together and open the knees to the side. Try to reach your shoulders with your knees. Okay, keep your feet very active and then move the arms inside of your legs. Okay, now press the knee higher towards the shoulders. Flex your hands. Breathe fully, lift the sternum. We're doing Bakasana here. One more breath. And release it. Cross your ankles, step your hands to the top of the mat, step or hop back, chaturanga vinyasa again, or downward facing dog. With the next exhalation, step, walk, or hop your feet forward to the side of your hands. Malasana, garland pose, hands in front of the heart center. Lift your chest. Press gently with the elbows your inner thighs. Swing your hips from side to side if this is what makes you happy. And then drop your hands down. Inhale, lift your hips halfway. As you exhale, step your right foot back, right knee down, laser pose. Rotate your left foot more towards the left, pivoting into the heel. Come to the outer edge of the foot, then lower your forearms into the mat. Keep your back as long as possible. Your Ujjayi breath as steady as possible. As you inhale, come back on the hands. Walk your left foot in between your hands, square off your hips. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. So take a full inhalation into the nose, deep exhalation out from your mouth. Let's walk the feet forward to the hands for our attempt on crow pose. So I'll give you 3 different steps, and you can choose the step that you want to stop on, stay on, based on the progression you feel that you have into crow pose right now. We are going to use the block afterwards. So for now, leave it there. Place your hands into the mat. As always, you want to have your wrist under the shoulders. So if the hands are too close to the center, then it's very difficult to balance in crow pose. If your hands are too wide open, same thing, too difficult to balance. So just the right proportions. Okay, fingers are looking forward, press your hands down, really engage your fingertips into the mat. Come to the balls of your feet, move your hips down. Inner edges of the feet together. Lengthen your back, so remember to move the shoulders away from the ears. Shoulder blades really down the back. Look slightly forward. And when you're ready, lift your hips up as higher as possible, coming to the balls of the feet and keeping the knees bent, but lift them up, okay? This is the first step, and you can stay here for the whole time, just experiencing disengagement. If you feel you're fine from here, you can bend your elbows backward like chaturanga arms, and you will feel that your chest will collapse a little bit. So keep the shoulder blades down the back, keep looking forward, and then place your knees as higher as possible into the arms, around your armpit, and then start to move forward into your hands. Maybe move back to the balls of the feet. Maybe line forward to the hands. And back. So this is step 2. You can stay here if that is the right step for you. Step 3, Bakasana. Squeeze your feet together, inner edges of the feet together, and lift your feet up, up, up. Keep looking forward, breathing fully. Stay here for as long as you want. And then when you're ready, slowly release it. Calm down in Malasana. Give yourself a moment. We'll do another attempt. And you can do the same steps we just did. Hold into the stage that is good for you today. Or you can place the block underneath your feet. If you already did the class where I was explaining to place the block underneath, to lift the knees even higher next to the armpit, that might be the option for you, then go for it. The steps are exactly the same, but using the block underneath your feet. So step one, hands down, arms straight, lift your hips up, look forward. Step two, bend the elbows, place the knees outside of your armpits, line forward. Or step three, Bakasana, squeeze everything in and up, in and up, in and up. And when you're ready, just release it. Whew. Well done. Arrive slowly seated down. And then I invite you to, again, grab that block. And if it wasn't a block, I don't know what you got, and maybe it's not very comfortable, then grab a folded blanket or a cushion and lie down on your back. You're taking some time to completely relax the legs. So feet down, knees bent. Lift your hips up and place the block, the cushion, or the folded blanket underneath your buttocks and coccyx bone. Arms alongside of the body, palms facing up. Then lift your legs up, Viparita Karani. Close the eyes if you need to, if you want. Relax your face muscles. The whole body moves into a state of presence and peace. And your mind is there too. Present and at peace. And the next exhalation, bend your knees, place your feet back down into the mat. Lift your hips, remove the prop, and place your hips down. Lift your feet off the mat, cross your thighs with your right leg on top. And then move your hips slightly more to the right. Lower your knees to the left. Open your right arm to the right. Waist fully. Try to lower your right shoulder into the mat. With the next inhale, come back with the knees into the chest and cross the legs and cross with the other leg on top, left leg on top, left thigh on top of the right. Move your hips to the left, lower your knees to the right. Look to the left. Inhale, release it. Come with the knees into the chest. Hug both knees in. Take a full inhalation into the nose. Exhale from your mouth. Release the Ujjayi breath. Close the eyes. And reach Shavasana. Straighten your legs, arms alongside of the body. The whole body is relaxing here. Your mind is still focused and present and very sharp, and this is what you will bring with you off the mat into your life. I invite you to stay here in Shavasana for as long as you can. And I thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.